So like I said, let's say this is the body of the man. You just told him he's not beautiful, he's not handsome. That goes to his ears. It stops in his ear, but it doesn't go to his heart unless he allows it. You see, there is a thin line between those blocks. That line, thin lines are permission. It is his own willpower if he wants to let this thing affect him or not. So he could say, oh, why is it saying like that? Why did it? He could begin to think about it if he wants. So he can allow it to go to his mind or to his heart or to his emotion if he allows it. But for the woman, you see, the yellow is that that's where the body is, and that's where she heard it in her ear, that you are not beautiful. It goes spiral automatically. It affects everything because everything is built together. So she begins to suffer. I want to use this opportunity to talk to men. If you respect me as a man and you are here, I will stand on my knees if you want. Never you tell your wife, your daughter, or your sister, never you tell them that you are not beautiful. Never you tell a girl, even your girlfriend, that you are ugly, or you are not beautiful, or you are fat. I don't know. See what happens in that photograph. It goes beyond her hearing it. A year later, she will still be fighting that. She will still be struggling with that. Not just a day later, not just a week later, not just 2 weeks later. A year later, 10 years later, she will still be remembering that. That is why a woman must be protected. She's the weaker vessel. Anything, just hearing, and you are thinking, and if she's your wife, the next day you want to go to bed with her. You want to sleep with her after telling her she's not beautiful. I don't know what that does to a woman. It's just like you are killing her 10 times over. You've just killed her already mentally. You've just killed her emotionally, psychologically. And now you want to sleep with her. It's like you want to rape her. And that's why rape is not allowed. You know, as a man, let me tell you, women, men, they don't know what is wrong with rape. They know it's wrong because it's a crime. That's just in their head. That's what they know, what men know. They know that rape is bad because it's a crime. But they don't know why it's wrong. 90% of men don't know, they don't even think about why it's wrong. And many of them do rape without even knowing they do rape. Because they force a woman to do what she doesn't want to do. They might even be their husbands. They force a woman to sleep with them. They force a woman. Any forcing of a woman is equal to a rape almost. Because if you force, why is rape bad? Please help me hold it again. Why is rape so destructive? You see, let's say the body, this is the body here, or the yellow is the body. Anything you do against the body, automatic. She doesn't need to give permission to it. It's not even it's even beyond her will. She doesn't even need her own will. It automatically gives her abuse. That violence is like it's a violence not just over her body. It becomes violence over her spirit, over her mind, over her emotions, over her feelings, over her heart. She is totally dejected. It's like a flower that is totally crumbled, a flower that is totally trampled on everywhere. So any kind of offense to a woman, not just for example, I say you are not beautiful. That is as bad as a rape for a woman. But you see, they have not criminalized that. Nobody has criminalized that yet. Physical rape has been physical rape has been criminalized. If violence. But do you know that as a little thing as you are not beautiful, you are ugly, that is as bad as rape to a woman. Can you believe it? That is as bad as a rape to a woman. Why? Not as violent physically, but it's as bad. Emotionally. If you say she's not beautiful, it's as bad as a rape. Because he's going see, just like physical rape goes and affect all part of our life, that is how words goes automatically as well and affects all our body. So any kind of abuse, any kind of insult, any kind of demeaning of a woman, any kind of insult, any kind of abuse, what are the synonyms? What people abuse, insult? What are the things? Anything that
crushes her, anything.
Yeah, anything that violence, any form of violence, oppression, even spitefulness, any kind of spitefulness, any kind of thing. Anything that affects her goes all around. It's like a poison and destroys her on every level. Even shouting, even raising up your voice, even rebuke, or even ignoring. Ordinary thing like ignoring could be damaging. Talk less of, you know what I see men do? Men go and begin to rebuke. They say they are correcting. So, and they are telling me, when I said never correct, don't even practice it to begin to sit down your wife and begin to rebuke her. And they said not lecture them, they correct, they rebuke, they say, no, I'm just correcting her. She's beyond correction. Why is it that you cannot even take her? I'm correcting her, reprimanding her. And chastising her. So chastisement and talking to her, you are this girl, I'm your husband here. They don't know that is even as bad as a rape also of a woman. Can you? Because why is it as bad as rape? Because this biology is not even a choice. So we wonder, why is she crying? Why is she crying? I've just started talking to you and she started crying. Why are you crying? Because you see, even that kind of reprimanding, even that kind of abuse, even that kind of correcting, what you call correction, is as damaging as any rape or any danger or anything. It all goes viral in our body. You see why God said women must only be treated as co-heir of heaven's God Father's grace, as princess and as a weaker vessel. Don't violate. It is against our nature to be mistreated. So even though the lady that was caught in adultery, she was guilty, Jesus didn't say she didn't do it. And Jesus didn't say those people lied against her. They didn't lie against her. But even though she was wrong, but you know what Jesus did? Because they brought her so that he would reprimand her. They brought her so that he would judge her, condemn her, and pass some judgment on her. But you know what she did? She went and stood between her and her accusers. She fenced her. She knows he knew the nature. He gave protection. She was guilty, but that is not an excuse to crush her. She did it, but that still is not a reason good enough to destroy her or to put her down. Okay, when the other lady brought the oil, the alabaster oil, and the men, some men started talking, and they were standing to rebuke her. He stood again and defended and protected. He knows something that we still don't know very well. He knows the nature and the composition of a woman. Before you talk, let me show you another photograph that will show you just how strongly women feel about anything that happens to them, and how self-esteem is a big thing for a woman, and it's not a big thing for a man. See, with self-esteem, men are okay. See, show the photograph, but make it so that you can do. Can you see the photograph? The man is ugly and looking terrible. He's just nothing. He's thin, but look at what he's seeing in the photo, in the mirror. Look what he's seeing in the mirror. Look what he's seeing in the mirror. He is a cool guy. Man is always having respect for himself. He's always having an exaggerated self-opinion about himself. He doesn't feel he's bad. He's okay. But look at the woman now. Look at the woman. She's slim, trim, okay. But she is already damaged, having doubts and lack of confidence. That's why a woman needs compliments all the time. Men are fond of saying that, but why? Why are you always asking, do you love me? No, do I love you? Why are you always asking me to tell you something? Don't you know that? Why? If I didn't know you would have married you. Why should keep it? Why should I be telling you that you love, I love you all the time? Why should I be telling you you are beautiful all the time? But what's wrong? But I married you now. She needs that reassurance. You know why she needs the assurance? You remember the circle, all the things. She has so many things going on at the same time in her life. So, because everything that is happening around her is affecting her self-esteem, it's affecting her. You see, anything that is going on around is all affecting her on daily basis, on regular basis. So she's struggling with so many other things. And if she's not having support from somewhere, if she's not having reassurance from somewhere, she's on her own in a wide world, evil world. And things that we don't even feel, things that don't even affect us men, things that we don't even notice, is affecting her negatively automatically, even without her even knowing. She might not even know what is affecting her. If it is the weather that changes, affecting her. If it is rain that fell, is affecting her. If it is sun that came, is affecting her. And because it's going, and it's not just affecting her body, it's going all viral all over her body. But apart from all this external things that happen at work is affecting her. Things that happen to her friends is affecting her. Things that happen to her family is affecting her. Things that happen in her mood is affecting her. How she slept is affecting her. But apart from all that, there are a lot of other processes in a woman. The hormones are always in the movement. The hormones are always changing position. The hormones are always, playing some roles, some things that are happening inside her that we don't even see, that she doesn't even know herself, are affecting her. Can you now see? No, it's okay. Can you now see how much support these ladies need from us? Can you now begin to imagine how much help they need from us at all time just to make them steady? We should be holding them in our hands. Yes. What I teach my members is this: you should be treating a woman like this. Try to give this to me. Give me. Try to give me so that it shows. Okay. I should be okay. This is a woman. This is a woman. I must be careful. This is a woman. This is with how much care I must treat every woman at all times. Like a 2-year-old kid, baby girl, that is going through a cliff or, going towards a cliff or a hole. She's about to fall or something. And a father is there, strong father. You run after her and say, oh, no. Come. You grow after her. That's how a lady should be pampered. She will always be looked out for all the time. Because of a lot of processes that are going on inside of her that we don't even know. We don't even have an idea of.
I know it's easy to think that okay, it's only married men who should be concerned because they are the ones who have wives at home. But I think every man, this is a lesson that every man should learn. Even young men who are yet to, if you're not yet married, you're very privileged to be listening to this because you have some lessons that you can now begin to apply from the very beginning. And a lady doesn't have to be your wife or your sister for you to protect her. We should see ourselves as representatives of God. Wherever we see a lady, we take responsibility for her and not speak against her. And even if we see something happening to her, we'll be the ones that will form that wall or that shield around her.
I didn't see anywhere in the Bible where Jesus or God put down the woman.
Okay, then the question I have for you, Pastor Chris, is to the defense of the men. I want to say this. Maybe it's not to the defense of the men. I don't even know. But I just want to let you know that this thing I just mentioned today, for example, even about self-esteem, I didn't know it. And to a large part of my life when I was in Africa, I was always playing supremacy. I was always trying to break the girls, stop them, from competing with me or prove to them that I was better. I never knew how much damage I was causing. What I'm about to say is, what I'm trying to say is, Pastor Chris, men are trying to crush their wives into the families, abuse her, put her down. I think we are just not aware of the vulnerability of the women.
That's it. That's Jesus.
Men are not aware. What do you say to that? Do women know that we are not aware, or women don't know that we are not aware of?
Women have no clue. Men have no clue. And that's why this platform is, what you're revealing, it's like, everybody's saying, even the men are saying, wow, I didn't know this. I could have treated my wife better. I could treat my wife better. I could be treating my girls better. And, so men are starting to change, knowing that this is the composition. And, it's just lack of knowledge, basically. It's ignorance of how we were packaged by God. But, my own point is that Jesus didn't treat us the way society has been treating us. So we look at even Sarah. Look, take two scenario for instance. God goes to an angel goes to Sarah, says, by this time next year you're going to have a child. The lady laughs and as if to say, all right, yeah, for real. I'm how old and I'm going to have a child, and she gets away with it. But then comes Zechariah. He was in the act of service, and then he's told you're going to have a son, and he says, all right, yeah, we're right. And then he loses his you understand? He couldn't talk for the next 9 months. Brilliant. So do you understand? He didn't talk for it. So God, the way God treated us, he placed such importance on the woman. Another scenario is when, Jesus was in the temple, he was ministering. Right there, he spotted a woman at the back that was bent over. Jesus left the altar, went straight to that woman and pulled the woman and said, woman, thou art loose from thy infirmities. We're God's last born, but at the same time, the way he handles us, he realizes how fragile we are. And if men, even though men has not known, but if we could just have learned from Jesus's act, how Jesus related with the women, then, we would, but like I was saying, everybody's learning, our homes are receiving healings and deliverance. And this is just a way to basically educate humanity about the composition of the man and the woman. And I'm so glad that I thought I knew so much about women, but this is just a blowout for me, knowing how, emotions, how we feel within us, how the man can just walk away not feeling anything, but the woman is hurt all over and over and over, and carries that hurt for years. So we're just so grateful to you, sir, for this platform.
Then I'm going to